Welcome to my fifth or sixth attempt to film this. Something goes wrong every time I try to do this. Anyway, congratulations to Angela from Passion for Dreaming. That's her channel on YouTube. She and Ophelia Vert are the two that convinced me to make my own videos and blog for language learning advice and so forth. So some people have requested, including Ophelia Vert, that I create a bookshelf tour, but it's a little hard for me to do because I just have stacks and stacks of books plus bins in the garage. I've just way overspent on books and racked up debt in the meantime. But for language study, I don't know why I keep getting a shadow of my phone. Oh, there we go. I'm just not used to filming, so please excuse the poor quality. It's also late in the evening, so it's hard to get good lighting. What am I doing wrong? Somehow my phone's getting in the way of my light. There we go. Most of my books lately have been, have been in French. There we go. I'm starting to get into nonfiction. A lot of Japanese as well. Come on. There we go. Here's an overflow of French novels such as Indiana Jones Jr., or what we call Young Indiana Jones. They call it Young Indiana Jones Jr. in French. Some Star Trek novels, things like that. We'll get to eventually. It's kind of an overflow for books later. So is this. Books I'm going to read more sooner than those. We got here a Doctor Who novel translated into French, written by Douglas Adams. And then we got Disney comics, which I love. Donald Duck, Uncle Scrooge type. And then these are actually school books from elementary school in French, history and geography. I'm trying to get a French education by reading the same textbooks that they read in France, because I think they have a better education system than we do. For example, they study history and geography almost every year in school, except maybe high school. So elementary school, middle school, and so I think that's great. Anyway, the purple books here are by French authors for older children. I've got more coming, that's why I've got a gap here. And more coming I'm going to put here. And then I've got mostly books that were originally written in English, like Agatha Christie and so forth, or novelizations of movies I've seen. I've got lots more books in the back. Whole nother row behind there. So these are books I'll eventually get to gradually. These are books I'm actually reading now. I tend to start a book and then start another book and then start. I've always been like that. Not finishing what I start. Eventually finishing a lot of them, but not all of them. Again, it's a lot of books translated from the English. Here we go. Like, here's Back to the Future 2. And then here's a couple books by French authors. Hikaru no Go, one of the few manga and anime series I like. Here's one of the books in the Lord of the Rings series by Tolkien. I'm reading in French. Never read them in English, but I'm reading in French. Star Wars, Star Trek, all that kind of stuff I'm into. Pirates of the Caribbean I love. So let's see. I'm reading a lot in French, but I'm mostly focusing on listening to French this year. And listening to Korean, reading dialogues and then listening to them, preferably at native speed. And the Sagong series is really good for that. And then I'm dabbling in German a bit, but most of my emphasis this year is on listening to French and reading Japanese. So here's some Japanese textbooks and readers to help me read. And then I'm hoping to read novels for older children again, or Disney novelizations. Here's Pocahontas in English and in Japanese. And then kanji I'm working on this year as well. Korean I'm also working on the grammar and basic vocabulary by writing down what I want to learn in notebooks and then making my own sentences aloud until I've learned them, and then practicing talking to myself in Korean, and then when I can talk to myself in Korean well enough and listen to Korean well enough, then I'll hire tutors to practice conversation with on Skype from italki. That's the way I've been learning languages lately and been successful at. Here's an overflow of more Japanese books I'm going to get to when I get to them, when I finish the ones I've got, and Korean as well. And then over here we have some kanji dictionaries for Japanese, and here's the FSI German course. Sorry, bad lighting. I guess that's it for my bookshelf for now. Thank you for watching, and thank you for those of you that asked me to make this. And to me, I'm not that much into bookshelf tours, but I did get requests for this. Good night.